All right. It's your boy Kenny C here with the Monroe Jamison skypecast. And Monroe should be joining me in a matter of moments here. We got something a little special for all you people out there. Got a little something special. And we're going to get into all that in a matter of moments. And we got some things to get into. And Monroe is actually, she's calling me right now. Let's add Miss Jamison.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
Yay, I can see your face now.
So
So
how are
what's
you?
new with you?
I'm good. I mean, it's been a long. I
Yeah?
got one more day left of the work week, and then I'm off on Sunday. So
Hey,
got one
any
more day.
fun plans for Sunday?
Um, church and football.
Church and football.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you root for? I've never even asked you that. Who's your team
As
or
far
teams?
as college football, I root for Ohio State Buckeyes. And
Nice.
NFL, I root for the New Orleans Saints.
Woo, very nice. Very
So,
nice. Does Drew Brees still work, or is he still their quarterback?
yes, he is. He's still the quarterback.
Did you know a little fun fact? Drew Brees went to Purdue University, which is my town, which that's where I live, and he was the quarterback for Purdue, and he's actually the one who got them to the Rose Bowl, Purdue, and I actually went to that game in California. It was so awesome. I'm telling you, I lost my voice because I was screaming so much, but they missed it just by this much, like winning the Rose Bowl, but it was a great experience going there, and sadly, we have not been back. That was a long time ago. Purdue kind of sucks now. Sorry, Purdue. Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, let me just say that it's nice to know that inside that lovely attire and, Miss Jameson and all that, I know you're a wrestler and all, but, I wasn't aware that you was into other sports, so that's pretty cool. And Drew
Yeah.
Brees he's helped us Saints get to the first ever Super Bowl franchise history. So, considering that you're a former Purdue alumni, uh, Drew, thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
Thanks, Drew.
And,
I know. He was all over PEFQ, which is like a credit union here in town. Like he was all on their like credit cards and like did commercials for him and stuff. He's big shot here in town. Everybody loves him. That is for sure.
yeah, absolutely. So, that being said, this is the Monroe Jamison Skypecast. We at it again. I just want to clarify a couple of things because when people do radio and broadcast, they be like, "What's the time? What's the days? When does it start?" Well, first and foremost, it's pre-recorded. That's number one. Number two, we don't have a time. It's whenever I schedule a Skype session with Miss Jameson. That's when we'll make it happen. So the only thing we need right now is a logo so people can start looking at the Chilling logo or whatever. But, I mean, it is the official part of the Chilling umbrella, but we really want to make it feel like it's the Monroe Jamison Skypecast. So,
No, I'm in the chilling umbrella. Like what? That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. I'm part of the umbrella. Like that's dope.
so we got to work on that, work on the
Yes, you
logo.
do.
So, hopefully.
I know you sent it on Twitter, but can you send me the links personally, so I can get them up on my website
Oh, I
finally?
definitely would do that. I've already uploaded the last two that we done. I've been a bit behind on uploading stuff because of my hectic job schedule. I work like 25 days a week prior to 2 weeks ago. So
Wow.
I've already uploaded. I'm pretty much caught up to date, which includes the 7-year anniversary interviews and the shout outs and the interviews weeks after. So I'm pretty much caught up. And speaking of shows, I'm not even doing a live show tomorrow. I'm
Aw.
actually going to be going to a live wrestling show, Ohio Valley Wrestling. which is the former developmental territory for both WWE and TNA. They just so happen to be at a Frankfurt. They're gonna be doing a show not that far from me, and I will be going straight there right after work. So that's probably gonna be on until 9 o'clock. That's when the show usually ends. And they only come to Frankfurt twice a year. It's the second time, and I wasn't aware of it until 2 days ago. I barely checked out their website, but I'm on it, and I'll be there tomorrow. So all you chilling listeners, you get a chilling list Saturday, but we'll be back on the 18th next week. So kind of like the only type of broadcasting you're gonna hear from me from this week. I'm just saying. And why not? Why not? It's with Monroe Jamison. I mean, if I can't do chilling, I'll do Monroe Jamison Skypecast. That's a win as far as I'm concerned.
By the way, your last show with Foxy was awesome. It was a great show. You did well, and she handled herself flawlessly, so that was good. You guys, I got to give you kudos for that.
Thank you for that. I enjoy interviewing Foxy. She's a very cool gal, and I just enjoy her company, and she feels rejuvenated ever since she's coming back, and she's pretty much, I guess you heard the interview by now. She considered herself the number one. You consider her number one, and now Johnny Wango considers her number one.
Oh, he had to call in and say that on live air. Oh, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I
over here.
I knew from the moment that situation would be brought up, you would react that way. I mean, so I mean, he just called in and he said it's to put his 2 cents out there. So
he sure did. I'm going to give him my 2 cents, though, next time I hit those mats. I'm going to be telling everyone that they're wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm the top girl. And I will make it known.
Well, Mr. Wingo, those were fighting words from Miss Jamison. I'm going to leave that alone.
Right?
Yeah.
Smart man.
But I enjoyed interviewing Foxy. People can check it out on the YouTube channel. Check it out in its entirety and check it out for yourself. And at this point, I pretty much interview all the active female characters, if you will. I've interviewed Johnny, Scarlett, Foxy, and now you. Y'all pretty much the 4 active participants. And I read a status from Johnny recently. Ooh. And Johnny, it looked like y'all had a new episode in the works. You got a new girl about to debut or whatever, and due to circumstances, let's just say it involves a baby, and the new girl took it the wrong way or whatever. So she hung up on him, and then she calmed down, called back about 10 minutes later, and then Johnny gets furious and said, "Okay, deuces." So it's just an unfortunate circumstances. And we drove down there, and let me just tell you, it's about an hour and 20-minute drive from us, so it's not like it's a hop, skip, and a jump. We drove down there. We were filming signs on our way down and filming like good scenes. Like he was filming me singing when I'm driving. And we get there and we meet our legacy member, Michael King. He lives there. So we met him first, and then I got a text message while I was waiting for Michael to get home. And it is a picture. Too bad I don't have my phone here because I would show you. It was a picture literally of a pregnancy test, and she took a picture of it and then wrote, "Yeah, I just took this. I thought I should, and it came back positive." And I was like, oh, Lord. Like, I just went, Ringo, and I'm like, we've got some bad news. And I showed him, and you could just see the look on his face, like, what is going on? Like, why do these girls keep getting pregnant? And why our luck? It's just our luck. But
the good thing about all of this, I guess, she clearly, the one that's pregnant is not coming on now. But the other girl that was going to debut, she's actually still interested. So that's good news. We just, when we're going to get that started, I don't know. Hopefully she comes to us next time.
I mean, I read the status from start to finish, and it was just mind-boggling. You know, it's just one of the. Usually, when you read people's status, you know, you don't know what to think. But you know, considering the trend that Johnny has had to deal with throughout this year, it's just like another bump in the road, unfortunately. And clearly, Johnny. One thing I know about Johnny, and from talking to him and messaging, and I interviewed him in the past, is that he really wants the female wrestling channel to go to the next level, to be mainstream, if you will. And you know, I guess that just sometimes, you know, there's always going to be circumstances that gets in the way. There's always going to be people that say I'm up for it, and then later they backed out. There's always going to be business and endorsements and sponsorships and things like that. And you know, I for one still believe in a female wrestling channel.
Good. I'm glad.
And you know, hopefully there'll be more people out there that will continue to support, but you know, new faces as well. Considering we talked about the contenders photo shoot that you Foxy and Scarlett did, and you know, it's just a sign of things to come. And he mentioned this on the Foxy interview, trying to get new faces in, you know, hopefully, and you know, at least give a few episodes and get their feet wet a little bit, and then eventually it's going to lead to a tournament to determine who will become the first ever champion. So
we need the 8 girls, though. That's, you know, that's our ultimate goal. It's been this whole time, is to get our roster filled so the tournament can start. And it just, all these circumstantial things that keep happening. So it's, you know, we're still along. We're still recruiting. He actually got off the phone earlier with a girl who is 6 feet tall and 160 pounds, and she's very fit. And she's actually been in a lot of competitive matches herself. So she's already kind of a veteran, sort of. Not on our rules, but in competitive nature, yes. So I don't really know all the info. I didn't talk to him after he got off the phone with her, but hopefully she'll be coming on. I don't know if she's going to face Foxy first, or if we're going to have a tag match with her and Scarlett versus Foxy and myself. These are all possible matches and scenarios that could happen if she does come on. So we'll see. Again, you know, I hate always saying we're gonna have a girl come on and then, you know, I don't know, she gets shipped to Mars, because we haven't heard that excuse yet. That I'm waiting for that one next. So once we get that one, I know we've heard every excuse in the book. Like everyone.
I mean, if that were to come to fruition, that this next person or any future participants were to go to Mars, then I don't know. It's just, I don't know what else to say. It's. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot script this on television.
No.
So recently, Monroe, you've been doing Skype sessions for a while. You do $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for an hour, and as of last week, or maybe this past weekend, you have a new deal going on. $25 for an hour-long chat.
Yes.
So, Miss Jamison, I'm gonna put marketing hat to the fruition here. What made you decide to go with this? Is an incredible deal, first and foremost.
Honestly, it was because, you know, Ringo and I were talking, and we really, you know, were kind of thinking $60 for an hour. You know, it really is, that is a lot of money. At least, like, to me, when I see $60, like, that's not just like something I wipe my ass with, excuse my language, but like, you know, it's a lot of money, and you know, if it's a lot of money to me, it's probably a lot of money to a lot of other people. And I think honestly, I was overpricing myself, and I, you know, I'll be the first to admit that. And you know, I appreciate all the fans, especially you, that have bought, you know, hour-long Skypes or whatever for 60. But after we talked about that, I kind of went through, you know, all of my Skype transactions to see like who I've all Skyped with. And really, it was only about 6 people were the same, and you were one of them. Like, you know, consistent people. So it's not like I had like 30 people, different people doing the hour Skype. You know, I had only a few selected people that were doing it continually. So like, it kind of was like a little light bulb that went off. Okay, well, clearly the numbers show that like this isn't doing as well as we wanted it to. You know, as much marketing as I put into it and promoting it, same with Ringo, it really wasn't turning over the amount of people we wanted. So I don't know, $25 for an hour, I still think is a lot of money. Like, you know, in a sense, for just an hour. I think that's doable. $25 is way more doable than 60, I would think. You know, I mean, I would think someone has $25 to spend versus 60 to throw on. Like, and this week, I'll just show you my calendar. Like, it's a lot more full than it's been in a very long time. So, and I don't know if it's just because of the hype of the new $25. I don't know if next week will fizzle out. I hope it doesn't. I hope more people do it. I think it was a great move, and I hope more people will do it continually, like on a weekly basis, if it's, especially at that price. I mean, I don't know. I can't seem to think it was a really good move. So I want to hear what you think, Penny. I've been chatting away, so.
Well, I will say, as far as this new deal, it seems, well, it doesn't seem, it's definitely have become reasonable. I mean, I had no problem with the $60 for an hour, but, you know, like you said, you definitely want to get more than 6 people.
Right.
The same old people. I mean, maybe those 6 people should be exclusive, you know, for whatever maybe exclusive deals you may have in the future. I'm just saying.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
looking at the calendar you did, it definitely shows that you definitely on to something, and hopefully that trend will continue. I mean, come on, people. It used to be $60. Now it's $25. And if you want to keep it $25, you contact Monroe and make sure you got PayPal and put the $25 in. Schedule a day and time that will fit you and her, and make it happen. You know,
Yeah. Come
who
on, guys.
you know, 25 for an hour is that's a pretty damn good deal to me. And don't need to excuse your language. It's yours. It's your Skype cast. If you want to curse or for whatever, you go right ahead. Cause I'm
Yeah.
so look, it's named after you. You know, maybe we need to start having a maybe PG-13 or rated R or rating or whatever. You know, viewer discretion is advised. You
Viewer
know,
discretion is advised.
yeah.
Monroe Jamison drops the F-bomb.
And speaking of which, clearly you into music, obviously, and
Love
one
it.
person you into in particular, and I did read your status, you're quite the Britney Spears fan.
Oh, I
And
love Britney. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's a true statement. I love her, and I love Christina Aguilera. Like, I could sing. The differences with those two, Christina Aguilera has a killer voice, right? Like,
yep,
killer. Like, hands down, one of the best voices I've heard, and I love singing to her. Britney, she's more entertainment, like dance in your room, solo, no one's watching, like bust a move. Yeah, she's got, especially that song, You Better Work, Bitch. That song is awesome. I think I listened to that like 15 times in a row today. That's not obsessive. No, not at all.
well,
Yes, I love the Britney. She's awesome. Even after she shaved her head, I was still following her, okay? That girl knew what she was doing.
yeah.
She knows what she's doing when she records an album. I know she has help, but she knows what she's doing.
Well, I'm glad you acknowledge that she does have her issues. I mean, the shave the head thing, I was like, maybe she going through something that we're not aware of, but
Yeah.
clearly she turned her life around. She stayed out of trouble,
Yeah.
and she's doing what people wanted, what people want to see her do, and that's music. So,
Amen. Yeah.
more power to
She
her.
knows how to do it. I mean, she really is. I saw her in concert once, and it was because I will tell you this. My sister, she dressed up like her in "I'm a Slave for You," kind of like she dressed up in this pink outfit she made, and a radio station was having a contest, and my sister had to dance and like kind of like lip sync or maybe sing to a song, and she ended up not winning, but I think someone gave her tickets anyways. So we ended up going to this concert, Britney Spears concert. It was awesome. She's definitely an entertainer, but I'll tell you right now, she did not sing once. Like you could tell it was all like playing in the background, and that's why there's differences between her and Christina. Like Christina can go out there and sing it, and it's gonna sound awesome. Britney, bless her little heart, she gets a little auto tuned. She doesn't have the best voice, but she has a different voice. We'll give her that. We'll give you that, Brittany.
You know what, Monroe Jamison? I really appreciate the objectivity that you bring, because here's the thing. A lot of artists, a lot of people, a lot of entertainers and fans, they're going to be one-sided. They're going to be, oh, this person is good at everything, no matter what, and then they just put aside the flaws, if you will, and I really acknowledge the objectivity, because not many quote unquote fans are willing to go that route. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm one of those. I'm willing to go objective on fans on people that I like. I know they're not perfect. I know they're human. I know sometimes they may have an off day or off performance or whatever the case may be. But we got to realize they're humans. They go through the same stuff we go through. They're a lot wealthier than we are, but they go through some things.
But a lot
Um,
more problems probably come with
so
that. You know what I mean? Like, they're in the limelight, and that's what I think with poor Brittany. When she was going through that whole crazy phase of shaving the head and like coming at the paparazzi with like an umbrella or whatever she was doing, and she was in this like I think not a good place in her mind, and like she's in the limelight 24/7 with paparazzi. I'm sure it would make me go crazy too. Like, she didn't have any ounce of privacy, and so she just goes off the handle. I don't blame her. You saw Miley Cyrus. There's so many different extremes that happen when you're in the limelight. I think it just kind of can consume you a bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not anywhere near their caliber of being famous, but I can get it. Like, I someone who was it? I don't even know what artist it was, but she doesn't show her face ever. Like, not singing at any concert, she turns around so no one sees her face. And she does that because she's like, I don't want to be famous. She's like, that's not something I strive for. She's like, I do it because I love the music. She was like, I don't want anything that comes with, paparazzi and all that stuff, which, I'm sure some people would disagree, but I don't know. I think it could get too crazy if I was Britney. Oh my God. Like, she probably has people hounding her 24/7. It would be very not fun.
sometimes being famous, I mean, it comes with the territory. You could be famous, you could be wealthy, you can have all the cars and the jewelry and the expensive. But I, come to the conclusion that it don't mean anything if you don't have good character. And I made a tweet about it maybe a few weeks ago. I pretty much tweeted three words: character over fame. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is it's you the person. Like you can have the God gift that no one else have, but if you're not a good person and you're hard to deal with, if you can be difficult, become as a prima donna, people don't want to be near you, people are not going to embrace you, and people are not going to support you. And I mean, I wouldn't mind having a little fame myself, considering I've been doing this whole internet radio thing for 7 years. I mean, I've interviewed people that are famous, but I've never been famous myself. But I'm okay with that. I mean, I live a normal life. I got family. I got friends. I got hobbies. I got, just I got all I need. I mean, I don't need no fame. I just need to be the good person that I can be. And as long as I got character, then I can look back and say, and people will say about me, wow, this Kenny guy, he was something else, but he had
right?
good character.
You did have good character. I agree. You do, though. And, of course, you bringing that up, I don't know why it made me think Lindsay Lohan, but I have to go that route because I know, she's a great artist. Like, this is like a good image for what you were talking about because she's she's a great actress. She is a really good singer. But then, like, what she started doing, she would show up late to like appointments, or she wouldn't, she would show up late on set or whatever. And those things started happening, and people stopped hiring her because she wasn't taking things seriously anymore. And I mean, like you said, yeah, it's like all character based. Like, if she would have been doing it right, she probably would be in a different spot right now. But she just kind of took everything for granted a little bit. Sorry, we're totally being the View right now. Listen in to Kenny C and Monroe Jamison. It's the View.
Hey, I like the sound of that. We can be the View. We could be the Today Show. We could be whatever you want to be, Monroe. You just let me know, and we can we
Well, I
can.
like what we do. We just go wherever the wind takes us. That's for sure. But that's my ADD for you.
I'm very happy doing this. I'm very excited to do Monroe Jameson Skypecast, and it started off just being you and I Skype and I recorded, and now I don't know, it's starting to become a life of its own. Maybe we could be on to something. I definitely would like to Skype chat with Foxy, Scarlett, and uh, and some of the other newcomers in the future. And if they want to do something like this, I'm all in. Just
I bet they love it.
name
I bet they would love it.
name the price, obviously, and name the day and the time. We'll see what we can do. Now, if you were to do the Monroe deal, 25 for an hour, I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm
Just
not gonna.
email me at themonroejameson@gmail if you're interested. Come on, guys. Soak it up. Soak it up while it's cheap.
This 25 for 60 minutes may not last long, so people, please, for my wallet well being and for your wallet well being, please just do it. Like the Nike logo, just do it.
Exactly.
Um,
It was made for me. Just do it. Just do it.
well, we're getting to the midpoint, and we pretty much talk FWC. We don't, talk some celebrities and things like that. Um, what this is your Skype cast. We can talk about anything, whatever,
Well,
whatever
I know
floats your boat.
I know Ringo kind of told you a little bit about that martial arts studio. I don't know on the radio show
Yeah.
when you were with Foxy.
Mhm.
I don't know if he told you more about it, but yeah, we're partnering with someone who owns a martial arts studio and does BJJ classes every Wednesday, which is awesome. I went last Wednesday. Greatly, I missed this Wednesday, but I plan on going back each Wednesday to learn more and become better on the mats for wrestling. That's what I'm mostly excited about. But she's gonna let us use her place to practice once a week for us girls, all on the roster. Because again, practice makes perfect, and if the girls aren't constantly doing it and putting their mindset into the wrestling, I think it kind of they kind of fly away. They're not really centered into the wrestling. They kind of, I think, freak out every time we have a match because they're not prepared as much as they should be. Because usually we have the girls just kind of practice on their own time, but I'm glad that we have a place now that we can meet once a week and really take 3 hours in practice, actually doing competitive matches. I mean, that's the way to practice. We need to just keep doing competitive matches, and I think we do. And kind of put those up for the FWC members as well. So that might be something interesting and different, because I know you guys say you guys like all the backstory stuff, and that is what's the most interesting. And it's never what's on film. You know what I mean? We always tell you guys what happened, but we never film it. So that's maybe something we're gonna explore too. Hopefully, maybe filming more of the backstory stuff. Or I know that's what Ringo letters are. You know, he kind of writes down what happens usually, kind of chronologically. It'll be interesting looking back, in years, what he has written. At least he has that. That's what I'm glad about. We can look back and be like, oh my God, what? Had that happened? Like, I don't remember that. So I like that he does that. I just wish we would film more of the backstory stuff. I know a lot of people love that. I love gag reel stuff on DVDs. Don't you just love the gag reel? Like, that's what I love. Like, watching someone be serious and then them go, blah, like them totally mess up, and you're laughing, and I don't know. I like seeing those kinds of things. I don't know if that's something that interests you, seeing like blurps and mess ups or behind the scenes stuff, or if that would be something you'd want to see. I don't know.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing some bloopers, some blooper wheels, if you will, because people want to act like what you ladies do is all easy. It's not what people may think. So why not show some bloopers, show some some funny moments, if you will, behind the scenes. I and make that as a FWC extra in the future. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I like the, and Johnny did mention the martial arts thing, and that kind of leads into a question what I want to ask. Now I know y'all focus on wrestling and all, but is there any chance that we may see some sort of martial arts moves be added to the list of maneuvers that you ladies are able to do?
I mean, I don't know if we're necessarily gonna have like martial arts stuff, but she is training, and that's what I want. It's an all-girl class every Wednesday. Last time I went, Scarlett went with me, but I want all of us to go together every Wednesday. That's what I would prefer, because those BJJ classes is actually Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. It's not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so it's a little bit different. But the two moves that she's already showed me, like, let's say someone's like down on the mount position, that's where we are always at usually in the wrestling, and someone's choking you, when you're supposed to defend yourself. But she shows us a couple moves that you can do to flip them on their back. So I mean, those are things that, yes, we're going to definitely be able to translate onto the mat, which I'm really excited about, because I only took one class, and those two moves I can already use for the mats, which is great. And the more we do it and the more I do it, I'm really excited about them. I don't know if any of the other girls are as excited, but I've wanted to take BJJ for a while. So the fact that this class is free, I can't beat that. So I definitely want to continue and grow. And I don't want it to get too technical. That's the thing. I don't want our wrestling to get too technical, because I like the fact that we are kind of out there, balls to the walls, if so to speak. But we just go out there kind of spazzy, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if I really want it too technical, but I definitely want more moves added, which we are adding a lot of moves to our movesets. We just haven't filmed a segment yet. I think we're going to be adding like at least 10 moves. And they're going to be ones like one where and I know we can't stand for more than 3 seconds, but you don't stand for more than like 2 seconds. And then you like roll, you do like a somersault roll over them and like take their leg that way. And that is a dope move. So there's a lot of different moves we're going to be correlating and adding. And I can only think and hope that the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is going to only help that and add to sets as well. So a lot of good things are going to come from it, and she's really excited to train us too. That's what I love. Someone that is showing excitement about what we're doing. So you can't beat that, right?
Just how excited you are doing this just shows dedication, and I am familiar with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu,
Cool.
and the style that they do, and it's very popular among other athletes out there, especially MMA fighters and pro wrestlers, they do some training, if you will. So, and given that what FWC has been through this year, it's nice to see someone out there that is wanting to train you ladies do something a little different, and maybe y'all can use that to your arsenal into the mats in the near future. And I wouldn't mind seeing Monroe Jamison do a karate move on the mat. A little. And next thing you know, we're gonna be having some sound effects. What's up? I mean,
exactly.
What?
You know it. I'm totally gonna be judo chop. Yeah. Anyways. I know, and she has this dummy that's like that you punch, and I was looking at it in my eyes. I was like staring at it, and I told her, I go, "Is there any way I can punch that?" I go, "All I want to do is go crazy punching it," and hopefully that's going to be on the agenda for one of our classes, because I love kickboxing and stuff like that, and I would love to own one of the little dummies. I would probably be like demolishing the crap out of it. I don't know. That's probably not very like ladylike, but I don't know. There's something therapeutic about punching a dummy or, a human being if they ask for it. But that's besides the point. Only do that if your partner says it's okay.
It's always got to be a man dummy. I say it is.
That's a man dummy. I'm sorry. It was.
Next thing you know.
I know, that's not fair. That's so sexist for you guys.
I mean,
we'll make a dummy for you.
I guess in all understanding and fairness, women have been wanting to be quote unquote equals, and sometimes you have to let a man know that, hey, I can be just as good as you, if not better than you. And if it means, look at it this way, you're venting out frustration, not just maybe dare I say towards your future opponents, but to the people of who haven't supported the product, who has talked about they promote the product and they don't, which kind of leads me to social media that went posted, and some person who's a physician had some things to say, curse you out or anything. He just, I guess he didn't quite understand what you do as it pertains to the Skype sessions, and you ended up blocking the person. And if you don't mind, Monroe, please enlighten people on what went down. And I'm sure you dealt with that from time to time, but please enlighten people on that situation, if you will.
Of course, yeah. I had made a post about, I made like my own little meme that said, $60 for an hour Skype, now $25 for an hour or whatever. And like, I think he wrote like LOL on it, and I was like, what's fun, or LMFO, or the stupid lingo that teenagers use now. Anyways, he said that, and I was like, what's funny? And he was like, oh, I thought it was a joke that someone would pay to Skype with you. And I was like, no, like, this is my full-time gig, and I even asked him, I'm like, well, do you work for free? Like, do you go into work for free? And I'm asking anyone that, like, look at it this way, like, you don't go into work for free. Anyone. Like, if anyone does, like, I give you kudos. Like, if you volunteer your work, that's different. But, like, your actual job, no one would wake up ever and go into their job if they're not getting paid, unless it's like their dream job or whatever. But still, you want something for the work that you're doing every day. Anyone that says differently is lying, probably. But that's, I'm just going to be blunt about it. Like, I got to make some money somewhere. And if Skyping with me is a way to make money, then yeah, that I'm going to do that. Same with autographed pictures. They're only $10 a photo, which I don't think is too bad. And, and then you can get a membership. That's another way to help. So those, I'm always trying to come up with different ideas of how to come up with money. But yeah, yeah, that guy just was totally, basically said, I can't believe someone's going to pay to Skype with you, and yada yada yada. And that same day, I was talking to someone different, and he was like, "Well, I think you should give back to your fans." He was like, "I Skype and autograph pictures for free with my fans." He was like, "You should give back." He was like, "I just can't believe, people would pay to Skype again." And he actually got with me today and apologized for how he acted, which sound like I give that guy kudos. I'm not mad anymore, but like, it's he was like, "Oh, I just wasn't my day. It wasn't my day that day." So, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I just wish people would understand, this is my job. This is my full-time gig. Like, you don't go into work for free, neither do I. Like, as much as I wish I could talk to people for free like this, I would, because you know me. I love my fans. I love talking with you guys. Like, if I do it a lot on Facebook, which I wasted a lot of my time going back and forth with a lot of people through there. But like, if I could get paid doing it that way, like that would be awesome. But I'm not. I got to make money somewhere. So Skype is a great way to do it, and especially I lowered my prices. Like that's, again, you got give girl a little credit. Like I try to give back. I give free downloads to my, any fan that wants free downloads, I'll give you at least like 3 to 5, like just so you can see what our episodes are like. And those aren't free. They're $2.99 or $4.99 an episode, and I'm, willy-nilly giving you guys free episodes. So, and I talk to my fans. Like, I feel like I give back. So, at least the guy apologized. That's all I care about. So, and who knows, he might get a membership, he said. So that's kind of cool. There's a lot of talk out there, that's for sure. How did me talking about my Facebook post go to like who knows what? I just talked about like, everything. I swear. Sorry, everyone. If you can keep up with me, I give you guys mad kudos. Oh, man. Kenny.
Well, let me just respond by saying number one to the first person. The fact that you hit him with the do you work for free? Oh snap! Oh, that's gotta hurt. I mean,
Exactly.
that's
I know, but his comeback was like, I'm a physician. I'm like, okay, so you work for free? No, I don't think so.
I mean, and number two, since when did getting paid, paying people for Skyping became, bad, or if you will. I mean, quote unquote celebrity entertainers, they don't have the time nor to do such a thing, and yet you got these ladies from the female wrestling channel, and they do the wrestling, and they just they want to reach out to the fans, and social media is nice and all, the tweeting and the Facebook messaging and posting, etc. But the Skype, that's when you get that connection. You get to actually see them on cam, and they look lovely. They look well dressed, and Monroe is smiling every 5 seconds. I mean,
It's so true.
it's just look. If I had a smile like that, I was
You smile, dude. You've got straight teeth and everything.
Well, I mean, I love the smile and all, but I don't like smiling with my teeth because I got the teeth of a vampire of sorts.
You don't.
I mean, I got these part of my teeth right here. If you can't look.
You've got a good straight teeth and pearly whites. Actually, you should show those off.
I mean,
you should not be hiding those puppies.
If only if I can get a woman, to then yeah, that would definitely make me better. Maybe it's just the confidence thing,
Come on, girls. Kenny C is one hot piece, so you guys need to message him and ask him out on a date before he gets taken, and you guys are gonna regret it.
Wow.
Wait, right now, I challenge all you females to message Kenny C.
Wow.
I get to look at him when I Skype, and he's attractive, ladies, and not only that, he's got a great personality. Don't let this one go, all right? You guys are all going to beat yourself if he gets with some girl. You're going to be like, no, that was my chance. Yeah, that was your chance. Take it now.
I wonder.
Message him.
I'm guessing this is the first time you kind of seen a black man blush to an extent, cause yeah, I'm blushing. Yeah, she did call me. I mean, people can
He
be the.
is, ladies,
I
and he's
mean,
got a great personality. He can talk about
I'm a
everything and anything, and who loves that? Do you cook? Do you cook, Kenny C?
not yet. I can if you teach me. You
See,
know,
look, you can teach him to cook and
I'm
everything. He's willing to learn, ladies.
I
This
may
is,
I may be the most mellow person in the world. At
well,
least the mellow,
chilling with Kenny C.
and I may be mellow, but I'm a nice guy, and I really what I really want to do is establish myself, and once I do that, then maybe I can find the one. Maybe I can find a someone that resembles Monroe Jamison.
Aw,
If not,
you will.
someone.
That's what I always say. You gotta kind of figure yourself out first.
Yeah,
And once that happens, once you figured what you want to do, like, that's when they'll come. Like, the ladies will flock to you. It's like when you're not thinking about it and focusing so hard about it, that's when it happens. I mean, that's what happened with me, honestly, with Ringo. Like, I hate even saying this on my chronicles, but oh well. I did not like Johnny at all. Like, when I first met him, I wanted nothing to do with him. Like, poor soul. He had to work so hard to get me to go out on a date with him, but like, eventually a light bulb went off, and like, I thought, what am I doing? This guy's a great guy. I know I apologize for all of the female race. Kind of crazy, like, a lot. We're very crazy. I'm sorry, males out there. I apologize for our crazy emotions we have. But yeah, a light bulb went off. I finally, went on a date with him, and I definitely pulled one over on him. I ended up getting pizza and beer, and I went over to his place. Oh, this is so mean, but it's so funny, Kenny. I called him, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, tonight's not good. And like, you could hear him go, oh, like, on the phone, and then like right when that happened, I like banged on his door so loud, and he opened the door and just went. And ever since that day, he said, I'm gonna get you back for that day. You just wait. So like, I've been waiting. He'll get me back here and there, but nothing that good. That was a really good trick, and he's probably gonna get me really good one of these days. But like I said, I wasn't looking at all. Like, it just. When it happens, and it'll surprise you. It might even be you really don't like. Like, and a year later, you'll be like with that person. You won't even know what hit you. I don't know. That's women. We're crazy. Sorry. I am. I'm so sorry.
That sounded so awesome. That felt like that should have been a script for FWC.
Right?
At least from the very beginning, and you blossom, you have evolved, and you and Johnny, I mean, y'all clearly are meant for each other, and I guess maybe I need to find a woman that I end up disliking at first, and then we fall in love.
We got in a fight too. See, like, we got in an argument.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this on our air, just for you. He had texted me. This was like before we were even going on a date. He had texted me. He was like, "You're a heartless bitch." Because we were. I was like so mean to him, and I admit it. Like, I just was trying to push him away. That's what us girls love to do. We love to like push you guys away and play hard to get. It ended up a light bulb just went off in my brain, and I was like, what am I doing? This guy's a great guy, except for that night, but that involved alcohol. So, alcohol and bad feelings are never a mixture, folks. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But wow, Monroe throughout the months and all, you're not heartless.
I'm not. I know he was so lying.
You probably you maybe you can be heartless on the mats, taking your frustration out your opponent. If I will say that for a fact, I purchased down low.
No, I don't. I like getting down and dirty.
Yeah,
not a dirty way. But.
And it's a good thing. I'm happy for you two lovebirds, and hopefully it will lead into more big things in your future marriage.
Yeah, right. That is not probably happening, but that's okay. I'm honestly
know.
I'm like the weirdest girl. Like, I think I'm missing the wedding gene and like the baby. Like, as much as my ovaries love to want to have a baby right now, that is not as in like my brain at all. Like, that is not. I don't even know if that's in my future, to be honest with you. And I want to focus on my career, and if a baby comes, that's not happening. You know what I mean? So like in marriage, honestly, like it's just a piece of paper that changes things. I mean, we already live together. It's like we're married. We bicker like we're married sometimes. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just a piece of paper and a lot of bling on one finger and yeah, right, bling. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind having the bling. We don't necessarily have to get married, but like, anyways, I do like my jewelry. Let's just get honest. What girl doesn't? But yeah, I don't need that. I've never dreamt about my wedding. That's not. I'm not. I feel like I'm not a normal girl because like that's not something I've ever focused on. I've definitely beat to my own drum. That's for sure. So who knows though, right? Who knows where the future goes? I just hope the future goes to where the FWC is like crazy, crazy huge. That's my goal. You know, that's my baby. That's what I want to build my baby. So that's my sole focus.
Oh man, I definitely agree with you on that one. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and yeah, my yeah, I feel like a klutz right now. I just unplugged my headphones for a moment, and I hope you still can hear me at the time. But yeah, that was their show right there on the Monroe Jamison Skypecast. Luckily,
Oh,
you get the audio, but you don't get the visual.
Kenny, before we go, I
Yeah.
want to actually ask, what would be like, what would you do as the first date? Like, what would be your ideal date? What would you do for the girl to like woo her, if so to speak,
Wow.
woo, woo,
Wow.
right? I'm
What
putting you
will?
on the spot.
Oh snap! You
Yeah,
know.
the ladies want to know what would Kenny see you do on a first date?
Oh God. The
Mm-hmm.
first date. I don't want it to be over the top. I don't. You know. I would definitely would say go to a nice fancy. I go to a restaurant a little more. You know. Maybe Red Lobster. Maybe
Not like McDonald's, but Red
no.
Lobster.
Yeah, something like Red Lobster esque, if you will, and
Red Lobster.
nice meal and have a conversation and you know me being and I guess this is the male inside me. I really want to make sure things are good. I want to make sure she's comfortable. I want to make sure that she's in a good place and mentally and emotionally, and and maybe after that, I want to ask her what she wants to do. Like sometimes you start with the first date, you go on a dinner or you go to a movie theater, and then you go home, and that's.
Right.
But what I want to do is make her feel like she put effort into making this date possible. So of course, starting off with the restaurant would definitely be a nice way to go, and then for at least the afternoon cap, and as for the evening, if she wants to go to a movie theater or maybe watch a movie at home or something
Like
like
to be
that.
at home.
Ha-
That's a good idea.
so I want to make this like we actually did. I want this to be a collaborative date, if you will, not just me
Right.
saying I want to go here and that's that. I want her input and to see where that takes us. So I
So like
will.
maybe you could plan the first part of the date and she could plan the second part of the date.
I mean, either that or she could play in the first and I play in the second. I mean,
See?
I just
There you go.
I want the first date to be a collaborative effort between me and the female I have in mind. So that would definitely be what the first date I would like for it to be. But I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see.
That's good. That's a good starter. I do say though, because I've been on a date once in my life, like not very often, but I've been on a date to the movie theater, and it was the worst first date ever. Because the only thing I don't like about going to a movie on the first date is you can't talk to the person you're supposed to get to know. You know what I mean? You have to like watch the movie and be quiet and maybe hold their hand if they let you. But that's why I kind of like the idea of a movie at home, because then you can like at least talk or pause and like chitter chatter a bit, because going to a movie is, guys out there, don't do it. That's not a good first date. I'm telling you right now from the female perspective, don't do it. Don't do it. Unless you go to dinner first, like you said, and you can talk then and then go to a movie or something. Kind of make it a double thing. I don't even know. Come on, ladies, ask Kenny C out if you're dominant and you wanna take charge in this relationship date.
Man.
Do it. I'm gonna get you a date, Kenny C. It's gonna happen.
That, you know, well, that's what everybody say, from my family to my co-workers, and now you.
Oh my God.
You know, and
I'm sorry. It's probably annoying.
I mean, I understand people want what's best for me, and I understand that. And you know, if I were to find the one, then you know that's a plus for me. But if not, it's not the end of the world. I'm
Nope.
still living. I'm still breathing. I got family. I have friends, and that's all the love I have, and that's all the love I need. And if a female happens to stop by, then you know that's good with me too. You know, I mean, again, I understand people want what's best for me, and I will be open minded about it. I'm willing to date. I'm willing to give it a shot, but I will say I will agree with you that the movie theater, that's at least to start the date or start the date for whatever. No, you
Don't
know,
do it.
at least after the dinner. At least after the
After
dinner.
the dinner. Yeah,
Oh,
after the dinner is okay. Yeah, for sure. But no, I know what you mean. I shouldn't even be preaching to you because I really didn't date at all. Like, that just really wasn't me. I wasn't a big dater. And, like, I had my family up my butt, like, so who are you dating? You dating anyone? Who are you dating? It's like, shut up. Like, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. Like, just let me be. And, again, I'm airing a lot of things on here tonight. This is a juicy one. My father even asked me if I was a lesbian at one point in my life. I'm
oh
like, well, thank you,
no.
father. I'm not. I'm just single. And then he proceeded, I think the next year, he wanted to sign me up for eHarmony. Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Wow. And
So, you know what I mean? I can't preach to you because I understand it's really annoying when your family's up your butt about those kinds of things. Like, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, give me some space. Right?
you know, I definitely understand where you're coming from, and you know, I guess the good thing I could look at it is that people want what's best for me,
Right.
and that's all I want. Whether it's, you know, maybe a job that they would prefer for me to get, or you know, maybe a woman, maybe a movie or whatever. I'm all for quote unquote suggestions, if
Yes,
you will.
right.
So it doesn't hurt. And you know, Monroe, as we wind down, I want to thank you for joining me on this Monroe Jamison Skypecast. And you open up, and I hope we didn't go too far as getting into your personal life. You know, if so, I apologize. You know,
No, not at all. I enjoyed it. It kind of just flowed effortlessly. So it is what it is. I opened up more this time, and next time it'll be even more, I'm sure. So I
wow.
had a blast. Thank you as always.
And maybe we can do this Monroe Jameson Skypecast maybe once a month or twice a month. But
Ooh.
people, if you want to, please, that $25 for an hour, you know, that would definitely help me, especially because I get a chance to chat with Monroe more often. And who knows,
Exactly.
you can get more scoop on FWC, and she talk about whatever
I do.
yeah.
Pretty much.
And
Right.
if you don't do it, then you're missing out, and she may go back to $60. And not that it's bad, but 25, 60, you do the math.
Yeah,
It
guys,
yeah.
come on. All you got to do, just email me, like I said, at themonroejameson@gmail.com, and let me know you want to Skype, and we'll set something up. 25 for an hour, boys and girls. See, girls, I'll even chat with you. Come on. Don't be afraid.
I'm waiting for that one day that you actually Skype chat with a female, and Scarlett, And Foxy does not count. It has to be a female fan. That's what
Agreed.
I'm waiting for that one
right.
day. Where
Me too. I'm waiting for it too. Come on, everybody. Come on, females. Show your faces.
Yeah. And just imagine the girl talk you and the female would have. Dirty laundry and whatnot. Yeah.
Juicy. I know. And that would only be for our ears to hear. And the NSA. Yes, you're welcome.
You have a good night and have a great weekend, Monroe.
You too, Kenny. I had an awesome time. Enjoy your weekend. Have your good day off on Sunday.
Absolutely. And this will conclude the Monroe Jamison Skypecast on October the 10th, 2014. Maybe the next time we can talk some Halloween stuff, maybe a couple of weeks away.
I like it. Yay, that'll be a good idea.
Take
I like
care,
it. You have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.